Hey, welcome to the Solving Multi-Step Equations quiz review. All right, so we're looking at this first problem. We want to solve for y. So I'm going to draw a line down the equal sign, and I'm going to box off my letter. Now there's a lot that I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of this divided by 2, and I need to get rid of this subtract by 5. I'm going to get rid of the divided by 2 first. So the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. I'm going to multiply each side by 2. I'm going to write down my y minus 5, and 1 times 2 is 2. I'm still trying to get the y by itself, and right now there's a minus 5 that I need to get rid of. So the opposite of minus 5 is to add 5. So I'm going to add 5 to each side, bring my y straight down, and 2 plus 5 is 7. So that would be my solution. All right, let's take a look at this one. Draw your line down the equal sign and box off your letter. First thing I need to get rid of is the plus 29. The opposite of adding 29 is subtracting 29. So I'm going to subtract 29 from each side. I'm going to bring the 6x straight down. And then in my calculator or my brain, I'm going to do 11 minus 29, and that's negative 18. And then I need to get rid of the 6. I'm multiplying by 6, so the opposite is to divide each side by 6. And negative 18 divided by 6 is negative 3. For this one, it says to combine like terms. So I have negative 21a and positive 12a's. So since they both have the exact same letter, like we can call them both apples or whatever, they're both the exact same. So I just need to add or subtract the numbers. And in this case, I have negative 21 plus 12. I can do that in my calculator. Or you can think about like the positive. I don't know if we did this with your class yet, but you have like a positive team and a negative team. If you have 21 players on the negative team and only 12 on the positive team, the negative team is going to win because they have 9 more players than the positive team. So you can type it in your calculator, negative 21 plus 12, or you can kind of think of it using your positive and negative numbers. But in this case, we are left with negative 9a. You just keep the letter the same. You don't do anything to the letter. For this one, to simplify the expression, so we're combining like terms. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of separate all my like terms. I have 9a's and negative 3a's. You always want to keep the sign in front of it. So 9a's minus 3a's, that would be a positive 6a. And then I have a negative b and a negative 10b. And anytime you don't see a number in front of a letter, there's always a hidden 1 there. So I have negative 1 minus 10. That's 11 on the negative team. So that's actually negative 11b. And that would be your answer. You can't combine the a's and b's and get like negative 5ab. They're separate things. One's letters A and one are letter B. Those can't be combined when you're adding or subtracting. All right, we want to simplify this. And we got to start off by getting rid of the parentheses. So here we are going to distribute the 4. We're going to distribute it to each thing inside the parenthesis. 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 10 is a positive 40. And then I'm just going to bring this plus x straight down. And now I'm going to combine like terms. I have 4x's plus an x. And remember, if we don't see a number there, there's always a hidden 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5 x's. And then there's nothing to combine with the 40, so I'm going to bring it straight down. You can't add together 5 x's and 40 numbers and somehow get 45 x's. That's not how it works. You can only combine things that have the same letter, or if they're just numbers. All right, so on this one, we're actually solving an equation because it has an equal sign. So I'm going to draw my, oh, that was a funky line. I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign, and then I'm going to box off my letters. And in this case, I have both of those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine those. Those are like terms. They each have n's. So I'm going to do negative 4n plus 2n. And that gives me negative 2n. So I added those together first. I'm just going to bring the plus 9 straight down. And I'm going to bring the equals 1 straight down. And now this looks more like an equation that we've been solving. We need to get rid of the plus 9. The opposite of adding 9 is subtracting 9. So I'm going to do that on each side. 1 minus 9 is negative 8. And we can bring this -2 in straight down. And we're still trying to get rid of the -2. Right now it's -2 times n. So the opposite is to divide. We are not going to add 2 to each side. We could only add 2 if it said 2 minus n or n minus 2. The sign would have to be between the number and the letter. Since there's no sign between them, we know we're multiplying. So the opposite of that is to divide. So -8 divided by -2 is a +4. All right, we have another equation to solve. I'm going to go ahead and write this over here so I can make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to draw my line down my equal sign, and I'm going to box off my letter. Before I can start getting rid of things here, I like to go ahead and distribute. I think that's what we need to do first to take care of the parentheses. So we're going to do 2 times y, and we're going to do 2 times -4. So we're going to get 2 times y is 2y, 2 times -4 is -8. And now this looks more like the equations we're used to where we have this -8. The opposite of subtracting 8 is to add 8 to each side. Bring the 2y straight down. 10 plus 8 is 18. And then we still need to get rid of this 2. Right now it's 2 times y. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide each side by 2. And y equals 9. And then for this one, Raymond buys bottles of water at $2.80 each and a large pizza at $12.99. The total cost was $21.39. How many bottles of water B did he buy? Okay, so we know some things. We know the total cost is 21, so that's always on the other side of the equal sign. Whatever the total is, we're going to let it equal that total. We also know that each bottle is $2.80 and that the pizza was $12.99. So each bottle is $2.80 and we don't know how many of those he bought. So we're going to put $2.80 times B. And then we need to add the large pizza in order to get the total. So we're going to add in the $12.99. So if we solve this equation, we should be able to figure out B. So that's our equation. And then I'm going to rewrite it so I can solve it. I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign. Oops, that's supposed to have a 0 there. Box off my letter. I got to get rid of the plus $12.99, so I'm going to subtract it from each side because that's the opposite. And anytime we're trying to get rid of things, we need to do opposite operations. Bring down my $2.80 times B. And then here we subtract, let's see, 21.39, I'm typing it in my calculator, minus 12.99. I get $8.40. Sorry, I don't know what that little dash was. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Okay. And now I'm still trying to get the letter by itself, so I need to get rid of this $2.80. Right now it's $2.80 times B. Why did that not change colors? There we go. The opposite of multiplying is to divide, so I'm going to divide each side by $2.80. And again, I'm just putting this straight into my calculator. So 8.40 divided by 2.80 is 3. Oops, that is not what is happening? This is crazy. My pen just like went crazy. I wasn't even touching the board and it was writing everywhere. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Oh, I don't even know what to do. Let's just leave it like that. There's some stray lines all over the place, but it'll be okay. So this left us with 3. And since we're dealing with the price of bottles, I'm sorry, that's how many bottles we bought. So we bought 3 bottles of water. I hope this helps. Good luck on your quiz.